Hey, back again in the leather jacket. The very squeaky leather jacket at that. I'm sure you guys know the breaking news. Jose Mourinho has been sacked as Chelsea manager. I suppose on one hand it was inevitable, but it's excruciatingly annoying that they had to do this 2 days before the Sunderland game. Wait, one more game, Chelsea. Was it really that much to ask for? Apparently it is. On a serious note, though, this is going to be a much more mellow video than what my Watford review was. So, look, first things first. Is it the right decision? Based on this season, you'd have to say yes. I think that Jose Mourinho has definitely lost the dressing room at Chelsea, and a lot of them just don't seem to be. The games that I've watched Chelsea in, the intensity just isn't there. Last season is a good comparison. Last season, there was intensity, there was passion, there was effort, desire, all the cliches, the positive cliches for Chelsea. It was there. They were the ones that were trying to set themselves a standard and, sort of level themselves up to it regularly enough to win the title. Even in Jose Mourinho's first season, you could tell that the intensity was there. But it was just that the final quality wasn't there. They were lacking a goal scorer, a consistent goal scorer. Eto'o was all right, but he wasn't going to win you the Premier League, was he? Then you bring in Diego Costa, who, albeit he's an absolute idiot on the pitch, he's a bit like what I call Luis Suarez, a world-class idiot. Now, he's not as good as Suarez, don't get me wrong, but Diego Costa does have enough about him. Whereas this season, the intensity just isn't there, and I think a lot of the players have to take responsibility for this. Player responsibility is massively overlooked these days in football. And this is one of the big reasons for any of you follow me on Twitter, at Michael Bowers15, at Michael Bowers15 in numerals. Michael Bowers15, obviously. Player responsibility should take a big part. It doesn't take enough of a role in football. And I was interviewing somebody last year for my project at the final year at university, and they were mentioning player responsibility. That should be more to the forefront. And I think he's right. I think that Jose Mourinho, yes, tactically has to pick these players and whatnot, but generally I don't think the players have performed for him, and they've got to take a real hard look at themselves, because that squad, if you took out Pedro and brought Cech back in, those are the only two changes to the Chelsea squad last year and this year. There is no way that squad should be going from comfortably leading the title race and comfortably winning the league in the end to just being above the relegation zone. And if you look at that, they've lost at home to Palace, Southampton, Bournemouth, etc., for example. They've already lost 3 home matches. So that says everything, really. And especially because they failed to beat Swansea. They've lost away to Stoke, failed to beat Newcastle, lost to Leicester. So, that's just... Oh. Yeah. And Liverpool as well. Also, lost at home to Liverpool. So those players need to have a look at themselves, like I said. But there's no way... The team's not that much different from the team that won the league comfortably last year. There's definitely enough quality there. Obviously now, I think one big factor in why they sacked Mourinho was because the Sunderland game's coming up. And now, effectively, in terms of the table, forget Chelsea as a club at the moment. This is a big game for Chelsea, because imagine if they kept Mourinho and lost to Sunderland, and if other results went against them. Chelsea could have been in the bottom 3. So they might have thought, oh, holy hell. If we lose to Sunderland, we're going to be in real trouble here. Even more trouble than what we're in. We could be in the bottom 3 at this point. It could be a battle just to stay up. So I think with that in mind, they probably have the new feeling or the new manager effect. I was going to say, if Gus Hiddink, for example, is appointed before Saturday, and I'm hoping that he's not, Chelsea will be absolutely on fire for this game, and I really do fear for us. This is the reason I wanted Sunderland just to go. I was partially confident, not overconfident, but half confident or somewhat confident that we would go there and get a draw. Now we'll get beat, because the Chelsea players will be up for it now. Mourinho's gone. And it did look as well, by the way, that Mourinho, like I said earlier, looked like he'd lost half the dressing room, because half of them weren't playing for him. I remember reading one story, it was about a month or so back, or maybe a month or two back, that one player would rather lose than win for Mourinho. Does that not say it all then? But surely the players, like I said, have got to take a main element of responsibility in this, because they're the ones who go out on the pitch. The manager can only do so much. This is precisely why I'm against sacking managers, because it doesn't always mean things are going to get better. And I'd have thought Roman Abramovich especially given what Mourinho's done for him, would know this better than anybody. I know that he's ruthless with who he comes and who he sacks, but he should know better than that. And I think as well, you've got to look at the players, like I said. So, well, I was confident of getting a 0-0 draw. Now I'm saying 2-0 Chelsea, and that's actually being quite optimistic and kind to Sunderland, because if we can't beat Watford, a team we should be beating on paper, irrespective of league positions, by the way, we should be beating Watford. If we can't beat Watford and lose on Watford, what chance have we got against Chelsea? Yeah, well, says it all, really. But there you go, guys. That's just my quick reaction video to Chelsea sacking Jose Mourinho. You know, he's now the specialist in failure. Worst attempt at an accent from Mourinho. There you go, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you wish to. I'm praying for Sunderland on Saturday. Please, please just get a point, Sunderland. You better be up for it.